Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Eureka Farms returns onto FS22 from TNTmodding. 89.58 megabytes to download. If you enjoyed the first one, and this map was always designed and made to be just played, to have come on, have fun. I've said this on a map tour recently. It's become a bit more commonplace on FS22. However, on FS19, TNTmodding was one of the first people to bring to console the zany, crazy, bonkers mods. The unreal capacities, the wider pickups, all that kind of stuff. And he got in trouble for it because the maps that he'd put them on, Bucks County, Eureka Farms, Giants, made him remove all of the unreal capacity stuff. So in the updates, a lot of that stuff kind of got lost. It's become more commonplace in FS22 now, so prepare yourselves because it doesn't disappoint on here. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, we start with plot 20 up the top, plot 8, the main farm area, and the periphery of the map. The periphery of the map will cost you 0, so to buy that up, nothing. You can buy every plot on the map. There's not a plot you can't buy. We've obviously got production chains and sell points as we go around the map, but we are going to start here at the main farm. Contracts are available. There's no biogas plant on the map. There are a lot of modded ones, so if you want to find a space, you can put one down, but there's not one by default. We can talk about slot count and everything straight away. That's not a problem because we're at the main farm. So on New Farm, it's 1,333. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch is 1,239. The difference between the two being that on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch you don't start with any sheds, so the sheds that are there with workshops, you don't start with the main silo, you don't start with the sleep trigger. All the animal pens are here. They're all standard base game stuff, they're not modded ones. So the animal pens, all the vehicles are here, but none of the sheds, none of the buildings, and none of the, not the silo. So that's the difference between the two. As far as mods then, so under build mode we've got the silo itself. So if we go right up to the end, we have got the NL1622 16,000, 16 million litre capacity. Difference between this and the standard in-game one, this is a multi-fruit silo. So multi-fruit, 16 million litres. And then the other thing, if we come across to container, we've got that, the bulk goods buying station. That'll cost you £1, euro or dollar to place. I'm hesitating only because, well, I'll show you what I mean in a minute with that. Other than that, there's nothing else. Production chains are all standard, animal pens are standard, there's nothing extra under decoration, landscaping, anything at all. It's all fairly standard fare. Now, if we go into our vehicles and machinery, our start machinery, and there's quite a lot of it, you'll see as we go around, large tractors, quite a few. We do start with the Pinnacle 6x4. We've got 2 John Deere harvesters, forage harvester, beet harvester, or beet and potato harvester, crop protection, mower, planter and seeder, beet technology, forage headers, corn header. We've got the a selection of trailers. We've got well, all sorts of stuff, fertilizer spreader, tedder, but what's more important, if we go down to the mods and DLCs and click on that. So, and breathe. The X-Collect 900-3. Now, it looks fairly standard compared to the normal one. However, sugarcane has been added onto that as well. So if you want to all crop when you're harvesting, you can do sugarcane with this. Plus, this has got a much wider pickup to it than the standard one. I'm going to cut to 2 clips in a moment because the baler as well. If we look at the baler, seems fairly standard, and options and stuff on it are fairly standard. However, the pickup on that is much wider as well. So I'm going to cut to 2 clips now to show you both of those in action. pretty cool. So the bucket has got 100,000 litre capacity. The trailers vary capacities, but that one goes up to 340,000 litres, that one up to 520,000 litres. The tanker, 320,000 litres. A lot of it is very clever. It's decimal point removal. So it doesn't always flag up, I suppose. That could be one way. A lot of modders are doing it. So rather than changing it massively, you just take the decimal point out. The Super B, 404,000. The Distinction Super B double setup, 756,000 litre capacity. Now, all planters and seeders on the map will do everything, including potatoes and sugarcane. So not just your normal crop types and your planter crop types, they'll plant anything. That's all the seeders and all the planters in the game, which is pretty cool. The difference between the standard ones, which will do all the crops, and these two we've got here that are modded, these modded ones hold way more seed. So that one's 35,240 litres. Our fertiliser or lime spreader goes up to 250,000 litres if you want to. So the seeder, again, does everything, 78,000 litre capacity. The Gportal, 42,000 litre capacity for herbicide or liquid fertiliser. The harvesters, we've got two of, 250,000 litre capacity on those. Now that I haven't tested, but I'm assuming, I think when this was modded before, it adds way more mass to it. So it compacts way quicker over a silage clamp. Feed mixer, 250,000 litres. Now, this one originally on the previous version, I'll say this one, but the forage wagon that was modded had a much wider pickup. I've tested this one. This one seems to have a standard pickup width, but it's 495,000 litre capacity. Then we've got the header and the Roper Tiger 6S. So that's normally just beet harvester. This has been modded so it'll do beet and potatoes. Tankers, smaller harvester, up to 250,000 litres, and then the Clone Big X, that goes with the harvester, but that will do sugarcane as well. It's been tweaked, so it will harvest sugarcane too. So yes, interesting times. So anyway, over here we have got our pig pen. 270 pigs, like I said, standard fare. If we whiz up, 4 sheds across the side. With our sheep pen, this will do 65 sheep. Then we move up to our larger workshop with side barn building, where we've got our lorry, beet header, regular header. Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. If we go into standard, as I said, seeders and planters will do everything. It's just the capacities on those are standard. It's the modded ones that have got the larger capacity. If we go up to our corn headers, the corn headers will on here have been tweaked, so they will do your corn, your sunflower and sugarcane. So you can harvest sugarcane with those. That's all the headers. These standard headers, as far as I can remember, are standard, but the forage harvest headers, sugarcane's been added in. Those are pick-up headers. Your all-crop headers will do your regular all-crop, but then these ones, which are normally your corn headers, have been added in. They're all-crop headers standard in-game, but have got sugarcane added in them as well. The only difference being, like I said, the difference between that standard one and that one, that will do sugarcane. That will do it, but with a much wider pickup. So, yes. We come across, we got some more equipment. I think we've got a mower, the Chrono gear in here. So our Chrono gear in there, with a workshop trigger to the side. Oh, I haven't got the triggers on, have I? No. That's better. Field info on, there we go. Workshop trigger to the side just in there. Corn header at the back there. More large machinery and equipment. This is the big boy shed. Beet and potato. 2 harvesters. The Gportal. 4 case tractors, just in case. You just pick which one you want when you get there in the morning. Then we come across to the silo. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Let's grab the lorry so I can show you something. You watch it not work now, but if I switch that off, do that. I'll use the lorry to go on the map as well, actually, because the tractor is a little bit faster than the tractors. I could buy a pickup or grab a pickup down at the workshop, at the main store, if I wanted to. So the 16 million litre silo multi-fruit, just here. couple of big sheds at the back, cow barn, which will do 80, again standard cow barn. There's no manure heap, so if you want manure, put straw in there, you want to put a manure heap in. 2 large silage clamps though, for doing silage work. More barn space. This is where most of the trailers are stored in this one. Trailed equipment in here with another workshop trigger over the back there. Our tedder and windrower just over there. And as we come past, we've got our seeder and our planter with their larger capacities. Just there. And then we come round to this. Now this is what I said was modded. This was an interesting one. So this is the bulk goods buying station. It will cost you £1, euro or dollar. And we start with 1. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like this. However, if I say, for example, I don't know, let's go with something that's normally a little bit pricey. Let's go for seeds. Oh, I've suddenly remembered, yeah, this is a massive capacity. So what we've just picked up 70,000 litres. Notice anything? It's free. It didn't charge me at all. So, yeah. Again, you don't have to use it. Of course you don't. But everything I've tried out there, I did some seed, I did some wheat, I did some fertiliser, didn't charge me at all. So it appears to be free. But you can get rid of it and you can put standard stuff in. You can use this map with all standard stuff. You don't have to use, you can use whatever modded stuff you want. It's entirely your choice. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's do that, and that. So, our, what are we up to now? Horses, 14 horses just there. And then the chicken pen just there, which will do 360 chickens. The house out to the front is our sleep trigger. And like I said, on Farm Management Start from Scratch, you don't start with farmhouse as well as the sheds, buildings and silos. So the farmhouse wouldn't be there, but we've got our sleep trigger on the front porch. And we come out to the main road. Now, something I have noticed, again, you may be new to the game, you may have not have ever played on the previous version of this, but a lot of the, because it's production chains and stuff now, sell points and productions have moved or on the map and around the map. As I said, there's no biogas plant anymore, which did surprise me actually. But there seem to be a lot more trees than I remember. Whether they're just more densely packed, but I'm finding there are more tree-lined avenues than I recall. Now I know on the previous version I did remove a load of trees, I did do a load of work around the farm, but the layout has changed somewhat. This is the reset point, this is the main vehicle store, workshop trigger just to the side there, so that's, we're up to what, 3 workshops now, and then we've got our machinery store trigger. These 3 tractors you start with, they're on your inventory, we can get them, we can start them up, they're here if you want them, but again if you don't want them you can get rid of them, that's not a problem. If you at the start of a game don't want any of the machinery, I've said this a few times, you can sell everything. If you've got a load of money sitting there and you don't want all the money as well, there is a mod by Yos, the start from scratch mod, which allows you to remove chunks of money, or you can lease and return big ticket items like cotton harvesters, things that cost a lot to lease, sort of 40-50 grand a pop. Just lease and return, have a load of them, and you can get your money down fairly quickly if you want to get your money down lower. It's entirely up to you again with that. So, main vehicle store. I'm going to go, it's a zany map with zany gear, let's just break all the rules. I'm going to go anti-clockwise today. I know, I don't normally, I will try as best as possible on a map to go clockwise normally, but I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that. That's just, yeah. But, we go anti-clockwise. Cross them, yeah, see, I don't remember. I mean, there might well have been, I'm just trying to think. So many trees between fields, but I'm trying to think if I used a mulcher to remove, like a tree removal. Can't remember. But anyway, big fields. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to look at. Was field prices. I mean, there aren't any small fields. We start with, you know, the ones we've got, but you've got some sort of medium-ish up to large. These are the smallest ones, pretty much at 249 grand, 241 grand. 429, then we start moving our way up. I mean, that one there is 446, then we're up to 1.3 million, just over a million, under. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then this bad boy up here, 1.958 million. Forestry, down in the southwest corner, we'll get to that. 310 grand for that forest up there. There's trees everywhere, with a little bit more up the top there. If you want to do a bit of forestry, again, you don't have to. Just look at my notes, make sure I haven't missed anything. There's no collectibles that I've come across. So we are coming up on the sugar mill, which is just there. We're going to go around the back and get to the sugar mill, but this whole facility, we've got sugar mill and then we've got the sugar mill refinery. Sugar mill refinery is just the sell point that goes with the sugar mill. So the sugar mill is just here. Carry on round and through. We've got a sell point around the back. Now the sell points on the map, as far as I can tell, I think all of them will do regular crops and bulk crops. That might not actually be all of them, but so this is sugar mill refinery. And we come up and around to where what used to be the biogas plant. I think we had the gas station and biogas plant were right next to each other on the previous version. It might just be the tree types have changed. That's what maybe I'm thinking. As you can see though, a lot of the big fields have got big grass runoffs. So as far as grass work goes, if you get to the point where you can buy big fields, there's plenty of grass around them for doing grass work anyway. I mean, you can still grass a field if you want to, grass an area, but you've got nice big runoffs for the big machinery, so either end you wouldn't necessarily have to do headlands as you kind of usually do because you've got plenty of space for moving vehicles around. Farmers Market to our right. Then we've got the Red Marble Bowling Restaurant just there, sell point. We've got the fast food restaurant, sell point, just there, and we've got the gas station. Now that all there is where the is where the biogas plant used to be. So, we're going to turn and head north. Up to the top of the map. Oh, the fun I had on this map. I did have someone message me yesterday and say, Eureka Farms is back out. Please do another Let's Play on it like you did on FS19. The thing is, normally when I've done a Let's Play on a map, unless you kind of go back for that nostalgia thing, it's very difficult because, yeah, I don't know. I think people's feeling generally is we've done this one, so I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I do like it, and I did like that freedom it gave us. And when it had the update, I didn't update mine. I know when I was doing my Let's Play, a lot of people said, I don't understand, I've just downloaded the map and I can't access half the stuff, because in the update Giants made TNTmodding remove all the unrealistic stuff. So yeah, the fact it should be here to stay now. Animal dealer, an animal dealer sell point just over there. And then we have to go up through the trees. I'll zoom in a little bit because it gets a little bit overhangy to go through here. Up to the grain mill production chain, which on our left hand side, just there. And then we've got the North Mill sell point. Actually no, it might not be all of them. No, this one doesn't do production chain stuff, I don't think. The easiest way to do it is just check on here, isn't it? No. Carry on further down till we get to some of the production chains things. No, not all the sell points do both. Anyway, grain mill, that side production chain, North Mill sell point, just here. Now, I'll show you the map for a second, where we've been already, but we started the main farm here, came through the main farm out to the vehicle shop, and we went that way, sugar mill and sugar mill refinery, out across there to the, oh, mine's gone blank, what was there? Oh, Farmers Market, Red Marble Bowl, fast food restaurant and the gas station. Then we come up here. Now we can, from here, come out, drive all the way down, all the way across, all the way back up again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut across the top. But yeah, I mean, usually you would. I mean, I suppose, in this day and age, the glorious world we live in, with landscaping and whatnot, there's nothing to stop you at all buying that plot of land and then landscaping a road across the top if you wanted to. You could absolutely landscape a road in. You can always sell the land back because you haven't put a placeable on, you've just done some landscaping, and then you've got yourself a a roadway across the top of the map, which you can do. So I'll just cut through the trees here. It'll just be a bit more expedient. Again, plenty of runoff either end, which was a nice feature of the previous version as well. There was always plenty of space. When it came to doing grass work, once you owned a few fields with like these sort of borders around them, you could get a fair bit of grass for doing, you know, whatever you're doing, sheep or cows, whatever, total ration for hay and that kind of stuff. So we cut through the trees without crashing into any, which I often do. Here we go. We shall continue. We've got our carpentry just there. We've got our dairy. Like I said, none of these, there's no modded productions. These are all standard in-game productions. Just there. And now we're going to head down the western side of the map, heading south. I have done that thing again. I kind of go through my list of things I'm looking for on a map, and you know, there wasn't a biogas plant. I couldn't find one, and then you start racking your brains thinking, it isn't there. Have I missed it? Are people going to comment and say, oh, you know, you're blind as a bat? I have looked across the map. I can't find one. Anyway. Coming up, we've got the tailors, we've got the restaurant sell point, we've got the bakery production chain, and we've got the supermarket sell point just there. We've got the grape processing unit set just back off the road there. And as we come down, we come to the southwest corner-ish of the map, which is where the main, like I said, the main forest is. There are a lot of mods available for trees like these, which you can't forest usually for their lumber. They're tricky to do. You can do them, but it takes a long time. But mods like the Devourer, if you want wood chips, you can use the Devourer to wood chip trees like that. If you want to clear an area, you can get a load of wood chips in the process. It works quite well. Now, I'm just looking actually, if you move into the forest, if these are all similar tree types, whilst there is forestry here, it's going to be picking out the trees that you can actually harvest. There aren't that many. There are probably plenty, but there seems to be a lot of interspersed with a lot of trees that are harder to harvest. That's an element of excitement to forestry. So all the way through the forest. Again, it's one of those things, if you're finding the drive in and out to your sawmill is frustrating you, you can always clear a path and put another track in directly through if you want to. Sawmill, just here. Standard sawmill, which is just there for your production chain. Wood in, planks out, with wood chip as the byproduct, and your wood chips will spawn around the back here. But as with, like I said, all the plots on the map, this can be purchased. So if you want to go with Platinum DLC stuff, there's nothing to stop you putting a Platinum DLC sawmill in. You can clear a little bit more land, or if there's enough space, you might be able to fit one in on the land in the middle, maybe. And then we'll head back out and go across the bottom of the map. Now, another thing I will say, not a proviso, but it may well be, I'm not sure it is, I'm pretty sure the fertiliser and lime spreader and the Burr 2, which has got its boom width of 32 or 36 metres, isn't it? I think they're standard widths. I'm pretty sure the only difference on those are the capacities. I don't think, I don't know, the fertiliser or lime spreader, the Braydell, whether that's got a much wider spread width. I guess before we finish, if I go and grab one, we can always put some lime in it and see, because to be fair, that Clone Forage Harvester header in the menu says working width of 9 metres, but it wasn't. Oil mill on our right. I'm still looking for biogas plant just in case. Spinnery, also to our right. Cereal factory. Again, these plots of land can be purchased, so you can add more sell points in your production chains if you want to. And then we swing back around and we're heading back up towards the main farm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the fertiliser spreader, I'm going to grab a tractor, and I'm going to take it to one of the fields. It doesn't matter if the field needs fertilising or needs liming, it will just give us an idea of the width, just in case. But as far as the map tour goes, that's the map. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to grab one of these. Go and find that fertiliser spreader. We own field 7 in front of us. So let's see. Oh yes. I'm glad I checked. Oh dear. Isn't it weird? Oh, you suddenly get that. Oh, hang on, I wonder. So there you go. I suppose with a spread width like that, at 250,000 litres this will hold, you are going to get through it fairly quickly. What I find fascinating as well is when this came out on FS19, it was that kind of thing for like a PC stuff. There'd been a lot of modded stuff and crazy zany bonker stuff around for a while, but on console we just hadn't had anything like that. And people were a bit like, this is really cool, you know, you can muck around with some of this big stuff and you can, you know, you can get your farming done, especially if you haven't got a lot of time. If you're a person that you're getting in from work, you might have an hour or two to play and you're finding you're just not getting anywhere. Stuff like this, you can come on and you can get a load done really quickly and you feel like you're achieving something. I know it's not for everyone, but what I'm finding more fascinating is the fact that as we've gone on into FS22 and this sort of stuff has become a bit more commonplace, how people seem to be very anti it now. I know people were anti it before, but again, you don't have to use any of it, of course not. It's here, it's crackers, it's zany, and we've just done the entire field in one pass. I don't know what the spread width is on it, because if we go into our menu, if we go back to here, and we go down to the modded stuff, and we go across to it, I'm pretty sure it just says... Oh no, it does say, sorry, that's on me, 120 to 180 metres. That's on me. But I suddenly thought, oh, I should check that. Oh, there you go then. With the spreader bars, I think it's probably the difference between lime and fertiliser, but 180 metre spread width. But anyway, that's Eureka Farms. Zany, crazy as it is very cool. And a massive thank you to TNTmodding for bringing it to FS22 as well. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.